Down, down, down. What's up, everyone? What is up? And welcome back to another edition of Kevin and Zach React. I'm your host, Zach Bollinger. Kevin Ostreicher will be joining us shortly. Not just because he's short, that maybe was the wrong word. Soon. He will be joining us soon. Sorry, Kevin. I don't even know why I just threw that straight at Kevin. Going to be very transparent with everyone. It is still March Madness. I will still be. If you see me just randomly wandering, the eyes wandering, I'm watching. Oh, hit that three. Boom. Cash three. Kentucky. I have on the other tab, I do have the Kentucky versus Illinois game. So if you just see me randomly off and being like, what is Zach watching? That's what I'm watching. Joe, I don't know how you were late because I was also late. You were late to me being late. I said 5:45. I start the countdown at 5:53, and you're missing it. Joe is celebrating the Arkansas Razorbacks, the Hogs, too much last night, getting a late start. But we're here to talk Orioles baseball, specifically roster moves that have been announced today. Not going to lie, had a late night with the Ryan Ripken crew and all that fun. So woke up today a little later and saw some good things, saw some bad things. We saw Gunnar Henderson is going on the IL. He will miss a minimum of 7 games. We'll get into it more, but listen, straight up, this is not – I don't think this has anything to do with the re-aggravation. This is worse than we thought. Any of that. They simply ran out of spring training games. They did not want to carry a player they weren't going to be able to play the first 5-6 games, 4 or 5 games, and just play shorthanded. Put him on the IL. You can bring him back slowly. This is the right thing to do. Gunnar Henderson needs to be healthy for the Orioles to do anything this year. If the Baltimore Orioles want to have success, Gunnar Henderson has to be healthy. How do you help that? Especially when it's, I don't want to say not a serious injury because we never know, but when it's this early on in the season and you have Gunnar on a less serious injury, it makes more sense. Kieran, so I had the over of 151.5. And that useless 3 by UConn at the end made the final score 152. So actually, that was an insane game of the tourney so far. So back to Gunnar Henderson. I don't think this isn't something that I looked at and I was like, oh God, this is bad. This is horrible. This is the worst thing we could have done. In the long run, this is the best thing for the Orioles and the best thing for Gunnar Henderson. Am I watching? Of course, I'm watching the Crab 5 tonight. Hell yeah, we're watching the Crab 5. This is the long game with Gunnar. This is the long game. Because I'll be honest with you, these first 7 games, he's missing a minimum of 7 games. These first 7 games are not that important. In the grand scheme of things, you need him to be ready in September, in October, in August. Does that mean we could just go and it's not going to hurt not having Gunnar Henderson? No, it very much is going to suck not having Gunnar in that lineup, especially on opening day, especially back home. That's going to suck. But for the benefit of the team and Gunnar Henderson, this was the right move. We'll get into that more when Kevin hops on. Other things, Jorge Mateo may or may not be ready for opening day. We're going to see. He played second base today. Jackson Holliday at shortstop. Looks like maybe Jackson's going to be the shortstop to start the season. And yes, then this is a good point. He will still be there. He should still be there. I think this is just something so there'll still be that opportunity to cheer Gunnar on and show him how much we love him. Moving on to kind of Jorge Mateo. Looks like he's playing second today or played second today. Jackson Holliday at short. I think Jackson's going to be the shortstop kind of for that foreseeable while Gunnar's out. They have him there. If Jorge makes the team, I would like to have him at second or at short, but they're being very cautious with Jorge. I'm interested to see what happens there. Rest of the rundown, Kate Povich is on the team. Congratulations, Kate Povich. Well deserved. As well deserved as anyone to get this roster spot. Obviously, I think the injury, unfortunately, to Grayson Rodriguez kind of gave him that opportunity. But you cannot deny that Cade did not go out there, that Cade went out there and got that damn. He earned that damn spot. This wasn't a, oh gosh, what are we going to do? We don't really have anyone there. Where are we going to fill the hole? Tate Povich straight up said with his performances this year, I'm going to put the camera down a little bit. Straight up said with his performances this spring, he said, hey, if you need another damn starter, here's a damn starter. Slim Katie, I absolutely love that Povich is getting that opportunity as a young guy, start the year with the team, gain that confidence. And hell, I'm telling you right now, if Cade Povich can continue on the confidence from his strong spring, building on that confidence from the end of last season, I don't want to say he is going to be this or put the pressure that he's going to be this star. Cade Povich, if you look at his comparisons, he does not throw cheddar. He's not going to pump 100 by you. But at the end of the day, he gets guys out. I've been told this hoodie fades me out, or it's a blue hoodie. And people don't realize this because it like washes me out, quote unquote. But this is like a Carolina blue hoodie. Just with the lighting and everything, this just does not look. People think I'm wearing a white hoodie all the time. It's a blue hoodie. So thank you. I'm glad somebody appreciates it. This is crazy. Now this is the talk. This is literally blue. Kevin Ostreicher from the cloud. Light blue. Yeah, Joe. It is literally March. It is like, how cold is it outside? Joe, I'm not taking this from you. Joe, we are way too early into the year for you to into the season for you to already be. It's 53 degrees. 53 degrees. Joe loves during the season when it's hot outside, but I have the AC on in here, calling me out for wearing a hoodie. I'm going to wear a hoodie anytime I have the opportunity. It's like Tar Heel blue. I think a little bit, you know. Um, but okay, I could go with a pastel. That was a gray hoodie. Oh my gosh, Laura, no, don't start confusing people anymore. This is this has gone off the rails. This has turned into a reaction show to my hoodie. It's like that dress. You all know the fucking dress I'm talking about. Is it white and blue or blue and black? That's how I feel right now. But back to Cade Povich. We do. I'm gonna beat this kid. I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna beat him. I need a velvet one. You know. Oh. And Roy, we're getting back to O's talk. Finally, O's baseball back in 4 days. Hell yeah, it is. Zach Eflin on the mound. I am so excited. And let's get back to Kate Povich for a second. I know I got very, very, very off topic there. But when it comes to Kate Povich, he's not going to throw cheddar. He's not going to blow 100 by you. But what he is going to do is find ways to get you out. And the biggest thing, we always said it last season. You can tell in the first inning what Cade Povich you're getting. He is one of those. He's one of those pitchers where if he's walking guys, he's done. Like we've seen him walk. I mean, that Athletics game, I felt like he had 8 walks when we gave up eventually 19 runs to the Athletics. Embarrassing. That was crazy. But Cade Povich, you kind of know in the first inning if he's going to be on, or if you're like, oh boy, we gotta use the bullpen. Because if Cade can't locate his curveball, that's like the big thing. If he's throwing his curveball for strikes, at least showing the potential to throw it for strikes, then I just randomly started a maps to my own house, so I don't know how that happened. But if Kate Povich can get his curveball, if he can show that he can throw it in the strike zone, game's over. Game's over. He is going to have himself a day because now you have to think that, okay, he's throwing that curveball for a strike. He's going to start getting the swings and misses out of the zone. And that's really where he builds his best kind of his out pitch. Yeah. Yeah, Max Fried. I love that comp, especially the way that they're just very similar. I think Kevin needs to show up in an orange hoodie. Actually, this is crazy because I offered to purchase an all orange hoodie. I actually have an orange. I have an orange hoodie, but I'm not actually revealing the orange hoodie because it says something. And we'll review that. Kevin, stop agreeing with people in the chat. You think you know a guy. You think you know a guy. All right, we talked Kate Povich a little bit. We've talked talked a little bit about Gunnar, talked a little bit about Jorge and Jackson Holiday. Felix Bautista. Felix Bautista, we will just have to find out. So it looks like Brent Hyde said that Felix is going to be on the opening day roster. And it kind of came as a surprise. I'm not gonna lie. It kind of came as a surprise to me that Felix made the opening day roster because they said I believe they wanted like 7-ish outings to feel comfortable. And going into this past week, I think he was only at like 5. And so I think he ended up with 6 outings, 5 or 6 outings below where they had wanted, but they've seen enough from him. Now let's talk about it. And we'll talk about more when Kevin joins in a few. Expectations. Everyone say it with me. Expectations. I want to spell this all out together. We're going to say it word by word. It is okay if Felix isn't dominant right away. We will not hit the panic button if Felix gives up a hit or a run in his first outing. We won't do it his first 10 outings. We are going to wait and let him get his confidence back, get back to full strength. Felix Bautista is going to be, like the O's, Felix Bautista is going to be fine. And I'm glad I have my Locked On Ravens friend to address this. We can't have this happening on. Kevin, you started this when you brought up the orange hoodie. Like, this is you.
You have a Bengals hoodie?
No. She's just saying the bank orange.
Well, you said it says something on it, and you can't be caught with a Bengals hoodie on. So
Jack Settleman.
Yeah, Jack has caused some controversy with that. Although I know him and Evan McPherson are boys. That's why that whole.
I know, and it's but God forbid you support a friend. God forbid you support a friend, Kevin.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, and so yeah, and just like really, I've never seen Baltimore fans overreact.
Yeah, everything is cool, calm, and collected. I don't know.
I think my favorite part of Baltimore is just how I like to say understanding the fans are. You know, they get that it's difficult and it's a process, and they're okay with not seeing results right away.
You know, I'm excited, Zach, for the opening day 10-0 loss to Toronto. We start our call-ins up, and everyone's just okay. You know, we have nice conversations, no overreactions. We're just having good talk. You know, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and speaking of, I guess this is Kevin and Zach React, Kevin Ostreicher, Zach Vonder. We will be doing call-ins this year. Post-game call-ins. Not sure it's going to be every single game, but, you know, we're going to get into, 3-4 times a week. With rules. There will be a line that we will not be crossing people, but hopefully we don't have to get there, Kevin. We're going to get there. I know we're going to get there. We'll have to address it then, but, feeling good. Jessica is saying predicted starting pitching lineup. So for the Orioles, I would assume it goes Eflin, Morton are the two we know are pitching 1 and 2. They've gotten their days. Then we go, I would say Sugano, Dean, and then Povich we know is 5.
Yep. That's how I do it. That's how I think it's going to shake out. I mean, I think Sagano's earned that 3 spot. I mean, I don't know, watching his spring.
Dean dominated today. I'm
Yeah,
glad
yeah.
Dean's going. Dean is going.
New relief, new setup man, Dean Kramer.
Gibson is not going to be ready for.
Yeah, he's going to stay in Florida.
Yeah, he's going to stay in Florida and ramp up just because he hasn't gotten any live stuff. Jack's saying, when will Gunnar come back? He's going to miss a minimum of 7 games. I think we probably see him after the 7 to 10 game mark. I think this is genuinely, Kevin, I was saying before you hopped on, I think this isn't that the injury is more serious than we thought or more serious than they thought. I think they said from the beginning, yeah, he could be ready, but we're hopeful he's ready. We're not sure though. I think they just ran out of time. Like it wasn't, he started getting back into it. He started getting back into, live reps and stuff. I think genuinely they just ran out of time. They ran out of spring training games. The spring training went another week. I think they would be very comfortable having him on the opening day roster, but they're going to take it slow, especially with Gunnar. Gunnar especially, they're going to take it slow. And that's kind of, I'm not hitting the panic button on this. I think the long term, the best thing you can do is be on, is look out for Gunnar's health. And then Bautista real fast is going to be on opening day roster. So.
Yeah, man, I think that's the big part of it and that's in all sports, you don't want to have a guy be at 70%, you rush him back for opening day, and then that injury flares up and all of a sudden you don't have him for 2 months of games that actually count. Whereas if you could miss him for a week or two right at the beginning of the season, you have him and hopefully there's no complications or no nothing from there. That's probably, and I'd say, it'd be a month max, but that's even pushing it to me. Like it really does feel like, you said it pretty much spot on. If they had about a week extra, he'd be in that lineup most likely. But again, we don't know. And the cautious approach is the best approach, especially with your best player who we all know.
If this was, opening day was game 1 of the playoffs, I think we'd be having a different conversation. I think they'd be more like, okay, let's try to push this. But, I think after just being, it's opening day. We're 162 games left. There's no reason.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, again, I heard you talking about it for your hoodie controversy about Jackson being the shortstop and kind of riding that out. Although I guess we don't know if he made the team or not because
he said he's got the ticket and everything and was told he's going to be going between short and second, but he has not been told he made the team. So hopefully that plane ticket to Baltimore they gave him he said it's a good sign.
Good sign.
Good for him for having a sense of humor about that all.
Yeah, it's like when the Ravens
with a different swagger.
When the Ravens do cut down day and the whole thing is if you don't get a call, you're good. Like, you don't want a call to come into the facility. And hopefully, for Jackson, it's just that, okay? You didn't get told you didn't make the team. So you made the team.
Exactly. And Jackson Hollidy's playing with a different swagger this spring. He got another hit today. He's a guy that I think is really going to benefit from that extra time. Those struggles last year, he got rid of the leg kick. I think he's more timed up with pitching. But biggest thing is he's taking pitches that last year, like his single today, I'll tell you this right now. Last year, he swings through that. He went down, slowed his bat down, got it, flicked it over into center field for a single. Last year, I am very confident in saying that is either rolled over to the first baseman or second baseman, like we saw with, I feel like, 50% of his at-bats at times, or he just swings through it. He wasn't doing what he's doing here, where he has complete control of the strike zone, complete control of his bat, and really just optimism. And Tommy, I'm sure me and Ken will talk. Maybe we go, Tuesday, Wednesday, something about just like once they announce the official roster, stuff like that, we might do, an off season and just a season preview. I disagree a little bit on Elias. I think he built a damn good regular season team. I still would like to see an ace or something for the
Yeah,
postseason.
I mean, look, I think Zach and I have both been clear in different ways. I think we've put the message across
Yeah.
differently, but we are in agreement on it that, you know, we would have liked to see Corbin stay, or if Corbin left like he did, go out there and try to sign even someone like Evaldi. Now, obviously, it can't just be
Yeah.
like, hey, we want you to come in. You're
Yeah.
in now. Obviously, it's a
Yeah.
two-way street. You have to figure that all out.
Yeah.
It's difficult to just want a guy and have that guy, like every single player you want, come in. So the Orioles, I'm sure they tried. How hard they tried. I mean, obviously, Corbin, even if you want to go based off of that, said that the Orioles were active early, and it's just that he wanted to go home. That just is what it is. Now, I wish,
and Evaldi too. Literally,
yeah.
Evaldi was the guy that I wanted. I felt like everyone felt that he was kind of that guy that would be that very nice consolation prize if you got another dog in the rotation. He straight up said, as soon as Texas offered him, he was going back there because he didn't want to move. He was like, what? I got similar offers elsewhere. He's like, I took less to stay in Texas because I've been there. I don't want to leave. He's like, I don't want to move my family right now. So it's the same thing with Corbin Burns. He went to Arizona because that's where his family is. Like, I think people forget that there is that human aspect of like, now for us, $5 million would be a massive. I would very much take $5 million extra dollars. But when you're talking the difference between 215 million and 210 million, and that 210 is you get to go home and not have to travel and be away from your kids 90% of the time, it's a lot easier to take that 5 million less when you still know 210's going in the bank account.
Yeah. And again, like, I think that Corbin not coming back, and, I think people feel a little better about Tony not being back, even though I think they're going to feel it in the clubhouse. But I think they've done a good enough job of bringing in leaders to where it's not going to be this massive drop off, where obviously Kyle Gibson coming back, I think Chirinos being a part of the coaching staff is going to really help there. But regardless, with your vet guys like Tony and Corbin, it does lower, how do I put it? It gives you less wiggle room, I would say. Because obviously with Grayson going down, that's the worst case. The worst case has already happened here now. Whenever Grayson comes back, and that's great. But when Grayson went down last year, it was, okay, the Orioles still have Corbin Burns at the top of their rotation. So you have that 1-2 punch when they're healthy. And if one had to miss time, like Grayson had to last season, for example, you didn't have this steep drop-off like we have seen. Now, if Eflin can pitch the way that he pitched in the second half of last season, that will do wonders. That'll be a really big possibility of, okay, there won't be that big drop off, but you just don't have the luxury of having two top end guys. One top end guy goes down. Okay, you still have one top end guy. Now it's one top end guy. That top end guy goes down. Okay, now you got to start filling in pieces, and now you have to start figuring out where that production is going to come from. Obviously, now Eflin has to be your top guy for however long Grayson is out for. But that's what we were talking about of like, okay, if you had a Corbin back, if it was Evaldi, Crochet, throw whatever name out you want to, that 1-2 punch of whatever is going to be. It's not that Grayson can't be a number one guy. We all know he has the stuff to do it. It's just, can he stay healthy? And,
that's the biggest thing with Grayson. It's never been a talent question. Not once has anyone ever questioned Grayson's talent. We see it time and time again when he's healthy, but you hit the nail on the head. He is that number one type pitcher when he's on the mound. But we don't know always when he's going to be on the mound. It's like we talk about Royce Lewis with the Minnesota Twins. I genuinely believe Royce Lewis could win MVP if he played a whole full 162. The only issue with Royce Lewis is he averages about 37 games a year, and the rest are his missed with injuries. He'll hit 23 home runs in those 30 games, but it's just, some guys, the unfortunate part of this sport is some guys just have that downside. Like they just have that that nagging injury bug that no matter how talented they are and how much you're like, God, this is the guy, like Grayson should be the one. Like he should be the number one. This is why we drafted him. This is why he's got, rose to the ranks so quickly. That's why he was one of the top prospects in baseball. But he's got to stay on the field.
Yeah. And that's the most important thing for all these guys is like, you can't help the team if you're injured. You can be. It's like Mike Trout, right? Mike Trout is one of the best players in baseball when he's healthy. He's an MVP, All-Star, Gold Glove, any award, give it to him. But he can't stay on the field. And obviously, it's different with roster construction with the Angels because they're paying Rendon the worst contract I've ever seen, maybe outside of Chris Davis. But I still think that, again, it's the talent level that you have. If you're great, you're great. And we know that Grayson is great when he is on the mound. But now that he's not there, now that Corbin is in Arizona, you're going to have to rely on guys to fill in. And it's, Tony is a much lesser example of this, where now it's going to be Tyler O'Neill, but there's the same question with Tyler O'Neill. He can mash when he's in the box, when he's at the plate, but if he's not in the plate and on the IL, which again, it's been very hit or miss. It's either he has an unreal season because he's healthy, or he's missing 60, 70, 80 games, and that helps nobody. So if O'Neill goes down, then it is going to be up to Heston to step into a real regular role and become that guy. So the Orioles this season, to me, is going to go really, really, really well or really bad. I feel like there's no in between. There is technically an in between. Some young guys can work out, other guys might not. But the reality is, if the young guys can do their thing, if Grayson can come back and everybody's doing their job, or at least most of them are, they're going to have a really good season. But if some young guys don't step up, if the bullpen depth gets tested early, and it already is with Kittredge going down, if the starters can't get it going, if, injuries strike, it's, probably won't be a great season, at least relative to expectations, which you couldn't spell. You had to just syllable it out there. But I still think that's the thing with expectations is, back 5 years ago, the expectation was, let's go win 80 games. That's a great season.
Don't lose 100. Don't lose 100, we're good.
Yeah, that's a great year if they won 80 games. In reality, they were winning, 60, 65, and that was their season. So the expectation then was that. But now that they are that World Series expectation, they have talent, the window is open, I think an 85-win season would be a disappointment for a lot of people, which is crazy to think where we were 5 years ago.
Yeah, and I completely disagree with those are not a playoff team. I think actually the O's are built incredibly well to go and make the playoffs. I think the depth that they have, the only thing, and we talk about the bullpen is kind of the biggest question mark right now. Guys like Kyle Gibson, guys like Chigano, guys like Charlie Morton, guys like Eflin, when they're going 6-7 innings, it saves your bullpen. That's part of the reason I think they got Kyle Gibson to eat innings while guys are – because, Kevin, I was saying this on the reaction show, 2 nights ago? I literally was like, do you know how many times we would have killed last year, even in a loss, for us to just get 7 innings out of a starter so we could just save the bullpen? We were literally – remember when we were playing the games, in August last year of what guys are even available to pitch tomorrow?
Yeah, you're physically painting me by doing this, but yes.
We literally were going to just sit there and we had to deal with okay, these guys aren't – we're going 4 innings, and then the bullpen's getting taxed. And we got Craig Kimbrell coming in the 7th inning, in the 6th inning and high leverage.
You are causing me actual physical pain talking about these things. But
but that's the thing is the Orioles are so well built I think people don't understand just the depth that they have now. The rotation, they have 5 to 6 solid starters. You can go 7, once Grayson's back. Do they have what I consider that frontline ace that you need in the playoffs? No. But you still have a trade deadline. They got to if they want to win a World Series or be World Series contenders, yes, they need to go get that number 1. But the Orioles are built so damn well for the regular season. They have so much depth that can go out there and just keep them in games and go win. Kyle Gibson's not going to be the difference on this team being a contender or a pretender. It's going to be if Gunnar Henderson, if Jackson Holliday, if Adley Rutschman, if Jordan Westberg, if Colton Cowser, Cedric Mullins, Ryan Mountcastle, if those dudes show up, then you're good. We focus so much on, we need an ace to make the playoffs and everything. No, you don't. The Orioles are going to live and die by their young guys. Like that's just we could have 5 aces. Look at the Seattle Mariners. The Seattle Mariners questionably have 6 number 1 starters. Can't make the damn playoffs because if you throw a freaking volleyball at them, they're going to ground into a double play. We want to talk about, because they don't have an ace, they're not a playoff team. Seattle's got 6 of them, and they're not a playoff team. You think Seattle would rather switch positions when you have the Orioles lineup any day of the week? So you got to go, and you have to understand that this team's going to go with its young guys. If the pitching staff just has to do enough. We saw last year, this pitching staff, besides Corbin Burns, is not much different than last year at the end. And hell, Corbin Burns was ass in August. Once you lost Grayson, it was the Zach Eflin show. So I don't want to hear Orioles can't make the playoffs with this. The Orioles started sucking down the stretch last season, not because of pitching. Pitching is what kept them in it crazy enough. These guys, these quote-unquote bums that everyone's talking about, are the same guys that kept Dean Kramer, Cade Povich, Zach Eflin, these guys that quote-unquote can't get us to the playoffs, are the only reason they stayed in the damn thing last year. Because the people who disappeared were on the offensive side. I mean, Kevin, how many times did I'm going to open up another one. How many times did we get on this thing? It was like Orioles were 2 for 13 with runners in scoring position and lost 3-2. And it was like, if you just got one more hit, you win the game.
Yeah.
It's going to be the young guys. You won't make the playoffs. Gunnar Henderson has to play like Gunnar Henderson. Adley Rutschman's got to get back. Jordan Westbrook's got to get back. That's how they're going to miss the playoffs, because those guys don't perform, not because Zach Eflin or Dean Kramer pitches like a solid pitcher or isn't pitching like an ace.
Yeah, and this is Zach in prime regular season rant form, where if you watch the Heston Kjerstad Yankees reaction, Zach says he's reformed. Zach says there's going to be no more. Let me tell you, there's going to be a game this year that pisses him off beyond belief, and he's going to say, "Hide your kids. Yeah, 5 seconds to get out of here if you don't like curse words." And then just go in for 10 straight minutes. That's what we do here, and that's the passion that we like and we want during the call-ins, right? That's what we want.
You know what? Big of me to give people a warning. I'm just going to say that. I'm proud of myself for being like, kids, get the kids away.
Yeah.
This is the best.
Yeah, really, really big of you.
I was in an – people don't – I wish people could see – my location during that rant. I was in a random alley in Fed Hill, just losing my mind.
How many people saw you do that?
Oh, there are people looking out windows, because I didn't realize how big, how loud I was being. I'm going to be honest. Yeah. I did not. Mm-hmm. I halfway through the rant, I was like, "Oh, this street has just been watching these." They probably thought I was just on the phone, losing my mind to someone on the phone. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I get back to the playoffs thing. I mean, again, this would also be a different conversation if there were clear favorites that weren't the Orioles, but there's not. The AL is so wide open. The Orioles are one of 7, 8 teams that could come out of the AL and win the pennant this year, and that's before factoring in injuries, right? Yeah, this is. We're gonna have, we need to do a film. We need to do a pre-recorded thing. Put air raid sirens over it and be warning. It's a 30-second warning.
It's me and you sitting in the studio. It's like, hey guys, if you're seeing this video, it's about to get real in here.
Yeah.
Some things have obviously occurred during this past game that have us a little fired up. Viewer discretion is advised.
Yeah. I would love it. And yes, Aviator, this is exact rage PSA. By the way, good to see you again, Aviator. I know you're not a football guy, but hey, we're not talking football here. We're talking baseball. Although
we're back, baby.
I will be talking football on Locked On Ravens, and I'm actually shaving. So this is the last of this.
Me and Kevin and I will also be at if you are at Pickles for opening day, come say hi. Me and Kevin will be there. I guess Ryan will be too, but no one really wants to see him.
His name isn't on this show, so It doesn't matter. But yeah, we'll be doing some stuff. We'll possibly maybe we'll see, have some fun activities out there. If not, we'll film some content. I know you did a good job with that. You went down to one game at Pickles one time, and you did like a film thing, didn't you?
Yeah. And then literally we didn't post it because the one thing was one of the main questions I asked people was who led the team in home runs, and it was Gunnar, and then Tony literally the next day hit 2 and took the lead. And we were like, are you kidding me right now?
Right.
Like it was the most and then it was like most recent Oriole to hit first. Like it was just things, and like somehow it got outdated like within days, and I was like, this is crazy. I was like, how did this happen?
Yeah, you know what? Tough scene, but you know what? We hit every Orioles game but one once we started doing we didn't do the whole season last year because Rocco didn't give us the idea until a month in, so thanks, Rocco. But we're planning to do all 162 this year, and I think we'll probably do call-ins every game. I mean, we'll definitely, because we're gonna make it a membership thing and we do that because obviously if it's not, then people can call in, and there are ways to get us in trouble when we're not doing anything wrong. So that's why we're going to make that a membership thing. But Joey, this is still my favorite narrative of last year, that I was the reason. And then I think it was you, Joey. What did you say? You said
Rocco killed Rocco killed the player. You killed the whole damn organization.
I killed the whole franchise. Oh
yeah, it was like, and yes, Aviator. So we will get memberships. It's going to be cheap. It'll be like
it's not going to be a lot. It's not going to.
Only reason
we haven't decided yet, but
it's going to be a cheap thing. Only reason we're doing it for memberships for call-ins is just kind of to hopefully vet out some of the trolls and stuff that are going to try to call in. Just having a simple, hey, you pay $2-3.
Yeah, and there'll be some other stuff you get with it too.
It won't just be call-ins, but
we will get it set up in the next couple of days because obviously opening day is just under a week away, which is very fun.
Yeah, we might have something else planned for opening day. Or, well, I guess the first stream back, we might have a surprise ready for you guys, so we'll see. Kevin, you know about? Yes, you do. You just are forgetting it right now. It's something I told you I was working on.
Yeah, I have no idea. Are you gonna wear an orange hoodie? Is that it?
Well, I do have an orange hoodie that we'll get that.
Yeah, I know. I'm fully convinced it's a Bengals hoodie. It's definitely a Bengals hoodie.
just start rocking the Bengals hoodie.
I don't recommend it. I would probably have to give you a stern talking to. I am the HR department, so
I forgot I was gonna actually post something and tag you in it on Twitter, and it was like me listening to HR tell me my joke back, and in parentheses it's like they're butchering the joke. It was like me, HR repeating the joke to me that I said at the meeting. They're butchering the joke, and I was gonna be like me every time after a Ryan Ripken show.
Yeah, I also will probably do some sort of food challenges for sweeps, which amazingly for like 4 months there was no.
We never got
sweep.
Another one after that.
There was no sweep. I literally had to eat the ramen because they like won a game. Like that's how bad we got with the Orioles just not being able to. They would get 2 out of 3 and then they just lose 8-1 on like the getaway.
It was unreal. It was just like clockwork. We'd be like, Kevin, get this. We were literally on stream. We'd be like, maybe we get some. I still have the
spicy ramen. And it's still, I've not eaten it. Like it's still there, and I still don't know how to make it. So
yeah, it's unbelievable. This season's gonna be fun. I actually have a lot planned, and by a lot planned, I mean like I have like 2 props. Step for the season.
Wow, that's one more than you had last year. So
yeah, remember last year when I went through that phase with the harmonica? That was a while.
Yeah, well, you said you were gonna learn the song. You never learned the song. Do you even have the harmonica still?
Yes, actually. You don't just get rid of a harmonica. Do I know exactly where it is at this second? No.
You gotta I could pull. I don't even know. I got this for my birthday. If you remember, Donnell Ellerby. This is his Donnell Ellerby signed helmet. He is my all-time favorite Ravens player.
Donnell Ellerby is?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I like the underdog story, and
This really was the dog days of
he
summer. I'm not
was
even
he
gonna
was an
lie.
underdog story. Yeah, that you really should get back on that.
Oh shit.
I do have my glass
Yeah.
fish. Obviously, the glass. The fish got moved because I'm setting I'm doing a different, like, I'm completely remodeling my setup. So this duck is new. This duck is new. And then because I'm gonna completely move to, like, the other side of the room here, like the other side of the studio it's not this room, but, like, I'm gonna get new
I
new
love saying
lights.
that too. I love being like, yeah, I gotta go in the studio. It's literally a room. I have a desk and a
Yeah,
light
it's
setup.
literally the like my home office. Like,
Yeah, like I literally just, it's the wall that I have this stuff on is
yeah.
my,
So fish tank is now in a different area, and yeah, I'm excited about that. I just have to figure out what equipment I want to get. Plus, I need to figure out my lighting too. So that'll be fun. I'll hope to have that all set up by the maximum, like right after the NFL draft, like right after that. So a couple of months from now. And Joe, the bathroom right now is being occupied by Myra because she had surgery and she's been in there. Like, we've had to keep her separate from Banksy for 2 weeks. So what she does is I'll go in there and a new beach themed decoration is in the sink every time. Like, we check on her, frequently, and be in there with her frequently. And every
oh no,
time there's
Kevin
a
doesn't
new,
sound like it. Maybe
wow,
she's
yeah,
protesting.
is she? Yeah,
Mhm.
there's a new
Kevin, I'm gonna
beach
need to see a
themed.
sign-in sheet. I'm gonna need to see a sign-in sheet timed with every time you check in to
I've
make
been
sure this is
sleeping
happening.
on that bathroom floor for 2 weeks. Because I don't want to leave her in there, and we have to
You know
monitor
what? Good
her.
for you. Good for you,
So
Kevin.
yeah,
Actually, you know what? I'm actually
my
proud of you. Good
neck
for you.
is my neck is like
Neck,
sideways. My
your
back
back.
is like in 3 different
What
directions.
else is your neck, your back, your
Oh yeah, you can finish that. I'm not finishing it.
I just wondering what else was hurting, Kevin. You just went down. I was wondering if
You you
something else was hurting.
you can ask it if you want to ask it, but I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, good. It's good to be back. We have what, man, 3 days
I know
until
we're gonna have to get the memberships rolling here.
yeah. I'll talk to our behind the scenes people. Um, and by that I mean probably just text Brad and be like, "Yo, how do we set up that thing?" And then we'll
Yeah,
have we'll have a. I was gonna just go more into the bit, but I didn't know where else to go with it. Memberships will be back. Memberships will be back. We'll be here. We'll be here. Um, all that. So I'm just excited, Kevin. I genuinely, it just feels good to talk Orioles baseball. I love the Ravens more than anything. The Ravens, there's just a stress about them at all times because they're the Ravens. The Orioles, 162 games, you just see so many ups and downs. The Ravens lose a single game, it feels like 3 weeks are ruined for you. The Orioles, we can lose 10 straight, and then they get a walk-off error, and we're like, and here we are, back, baby. We're like, World Series back on.
yeah. Although the reactions are different.
Oh no! During those 10-game losing streaks, it is rough. I posted that video earlier from on my Twitter, and I'm going to post this so many times. Hold up, I'm just going to play it on the thing. This is so. I guess I'll put this like as a before we head out. This is my reminder to everyone on how we are going to handle this season. This is what we're doing. So hold up. Sharing.
Calm the fuck down. Okay? Less stressing, more vibing. No one knows what's going on. Okay, but you don't have to stress out and get everyone else riled up. We're gonna make it through. We're gonna be okay. We're fine.
Yeah, I was talking about the video that was like, your football team loses, oh man,
Oh,
and then your baseball team loses.
I know him. He's a comedian out of the Baltimore area. That is my favorite video of all time. every time, that is one of my favorite. Every time anything happens, that is my go-to.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree. Both Ravens and Orioles need to win more games than playoffs. Can we just start with one in Baltimore? Like, I would like to. I've been playing the damn song for three seasons now, and I've yet to play it in the playoffs.
That's crazy. That's crazy, actually. Tragic.
Yeah. It's
No
it
words.
truly is. It truly is. It's just win. Just win. I just want one win. Like, I would love a series win. I would love to be able, Kevin, hell, I would love to be able to just react to a series win on this channel. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that would just be
That'd
so
be
much fun
electric.
to be able
Absolutely
to be able to
electric.
celebrate. But yeah. All right, Kevin. Anything else, kind of before you head out? You know, it's been 50 minutes. We've talked about. We'll let you guys keep you guys updated on memberships, and maybe if we do once the full roster is announced, that we'll kind of go over that a little bit. But then we'll be back Thursday. Game 1 of
That
162.
is
Buckle
crazy.
in.
Wow.
Buckle in. We're back, baby.
Man. All right. We'll have to we'll do one more before the season starts where we'll just go over like a rundown of, what the season entails for us. So whether, memberships, food challenges, props, whatever that means. So whether that's Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days, we'll figure something out there. But yeah, Thursday it's back, and then we're on the 162 grind, which I'm excited about. So I guess nothing more for now, but we have plenty more that's coming.
We have plenty more that's coming. Go Terps, baby. Go Terps. So here we go. Go just take care of business tonight. But we'll be back with a season preview, and then we'll be back with game 1 of 162 on Thursday. So that'll do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're new to the channel. We'll go live after every single Orioles game, win or lose. It feels good to say that again, Kevin. Every single Orioles game, all 162 plus, hopefully plus this year. But yeah, that'll do it for this edition of Kevin and Zach React. We'll see you next.